You believe a civil war is on the rise?
A civil war is inevitable. It will happen. They're not asylum seekers. They've gone through 16 safe countries. They're safe in France. France isn't at war.
And how did you get here?
I get by boat.
By boat?
Yeah, from France.
Migrants are welcome here. Migrants said it's not their fault that they have to leave countries which are subject to war.
What do most people here in the United Kingdom think about all the migrants that are coming over?
Oh, no, there are a load of racists around here. They're racist. Too racist, man.
The United Kingdom has recently erupted, and the kingdom is not united. In fact, it seems to be very divided at the moment. Riots have broken out across the country. The police have made arrests on men and women for speaking out, and the major underlying issue to all this is the current migrant crisis and the two-tier policing inside the United Kingdom. In this video, I will show you what has caused the UK to erupt as I investigate and dig deep into the migrant crisis. I will be going to the start of the issue here in Dover, England, and I will be speaking with UK's most controversial man, Tommy Robinson. I will be attending the largest rally in UK history and going to other cities that have been changed due to the influx of migrants. And I will also be going to certain parts of London where migrants have taken over parks as they have set up their own encampments. This is going to get hectic, and let's start by going to Dover, England. And why is Dover such an important city regarding the migrant issue here in the United Kingdom? Because here in Dover is where thousands and potentially millions of migrants have crossed the English Channel from France on inflatable boats coming here to the United Kingdom. And from Dover to the closest town in France, it is about 20-mile stretch, and once a migrant boat gets within 10 miles of the border of the United Kingdom, they are then intercepted by the coast guards and they are brought here to this pier here in Dover. It's a pretty secretive process that goes on here with the migrants. Right behind me is a barricade that we cannot see where the migrants are at. However, we do know that this is where the migrants come in, and they are put behind this wall. And right over there on the other side, there are tents and buses that then take the migrants from here and they spread them out throughout the United Kingdom. And I'm also here with Brooker T. Jones, my mother, and she's gonna be coming along the ride to see what's happening here with the migrant crisis. So how do the people here feel about the migrants that are coming into Dover?
They don't like it, do they? There's too many coming over. It just ruins this town. It's ruined it.
And would you say the majority of people here in Dover and in the United Kingdom in general are very accepting of the migrants?
No. No one likes them.
What do most people here in the United Kingdom think about all the migrants that are coming over?
Oh, no, there are a load of racists around here. They're racist. Too racist, man.
What do you think causes all the racism?
Well, it's England, isn't it?
I'm not a racist myself. So with that, they're coming over here. But obviously, at the same time, yes, some of us are struggling. And when they come over here, they just get everything handed to them. Because obviously they're the ones that need the help. But most people in Dover, you could go anywhere and ask anyone, they'd say they belong to go, they have to go back.
How do the people here in the town of Dover feel about the migrants coming in?
I don't know. I don't think they like it.
Why so?
Because they don't belong here.
And where should they go?
Back to their country.
Why don't you like them coming over in your country?
Because most of them ain't working, you know what I mean? Like, they're just coming over and using all our shit.
How do you feel about the migrants that are all coming over?
I think everyone deserves a life, to be honest with you. If they need to come here to be happy and have a life, then I think they should be entitled to.
And so are there like cartels or other groups that smuggle migrants into the border?
Probably say so, mate. So there's loads of them.
In the United States, we have cartels that kind of control all the migrants. Is there some sort of thing like that here in the United Kingdom?
I'm sure there is, but you don't see it. You don't see it at all. There's definitely help for these people or misinformation for these people pushing them towards us, but yeah, I'd say there definitely is.
To better understand the UK migrant crisis, I met up with Tommy Robinson. Now, if you do not know who Tommy is, he is known for being the most controversial activist in the United Kingdom, as he has no fear to speak his own opinion. The media labels Tommy as a far-right British man who is a racist, fascist, and meanwhile, others say he's a patriot to the United Kingdom. And after this interview, you will see how Tommy managed to hold the largest rally in the United Kingdom history. And now pay close attention to what Tommy says about the UK migrant crisis and comment down below what you think about this issue, because I think some of this information will shock you. What is happening here inside the United Kingdom with the migrant crisis?
The migrant crisis, we're losing our culture, losing our identity, we're being replaced. We feel like, well, we're becoming minorities in most major cities. We're being driven out of our own country, driven out of our own towns. So people are uncomfortable with it, but people have been scared into silence from even having these discussions due to the fear of being branded a racist, losing your job, cancel culture. All these things prevent the public from telling the truth. I come from a town that's 30 miles north of London. When I was born in 1982, there was one mosque, there's now 45. Yeah, and 50% of the town is Pakistani Muslim. So I see the difference. I see the problems from hostility, the culture, the aggression, Islamic domination. All these things. So I've spoke about it, but 15 years ago people didn't want to listen.
And where are the migrants coming from?
Everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So Afghanistan, Somalia, Eritrea, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, they all say now they're Iranian. They all have their one to say that they can try and get in. But when we say migrants, they say asylum seekers. They're not asylum seekers. They've gone through 16 safe countries. They're safe in France. France isn't at war.
And why do they come here to the United Kingdom?
Because they get a free house. They get given priority above us. They get everything above us. So British people, you can go into this town centre, you'll find English people sleeping rough, homeless on the street. You go to a hotel and you'll see it full of 100 Pakistani men who are getting free phone credit, getting given money every week, and then in a few years they'll bring all their families over as well.
So in the United States, the same thing is happening as well. They're bringing the migrants over, but our border is different. It's a land, and they cross over the United States-Mexico border, and then they get put into hotels, and they get free healthcare, they get free phones, they get free everything.
It's not a mistake. None of this is a mistake. None of it. Your borders didn't open at the same time of our borders. Every border in Europe opened at the same time. 8 million people come through yours. They talk about them. Literally, they took out Gaddafi. They opened up the floodgates to Europe by taking him out. And the migrants literally go 20 metres off the coast of Libya and they get picked up by NGOs, which are funded by the German government, and then they get brought into Europe. And as they're brought into Europe, they come into our communities. They break down our communities. We're weakened, so and part of it is we're all looking and arguing with each other whilst they're eroding our rights and our freedoms, all of our rights and freedoms. So it lowers the wage, which they like as well.
And so they're literally able to come through on boats here into London or here into the United Kingdom, and they're let here and they're let into society?
Not just boats, they come through on student visas, they come through so many. We let last year 1.2 million legal migrants.
1.2 million?
1.2 million legal migrants.
And this isn't a very big land, like the United Kingdom is pretty small.
6 million people.
60
million, we let in 1.2 million last year. And there's a housing crisis and prices are going through the roof and no one can get a property. Young English people can't get on the property ladder, can't get a dentist appointment. People are pulling their own teeth out because they can't get a dentist appointment. So your family have paid into a system for generations after generations after generation. You've lived in the same family, your family have died to save and protect this country, and then you're put second rate and they're flooding the country. You're paying for it, you're struggling, you can't get a dentist appointment. There's so many problems. You can't even get your kid in a local school because they're all full of all the young Muslim kids that are getting brought in.
So would you say that the English people here in the United Kingdom are being replaced by the migrants?
Not just the English people. Every one of our countries we're being replaced. The whole of Europe, like people talk about the Great Replacement, yeah? And well, like we were saying, they're replacing us. There's a 177-page document from the United Nations on their plan to do this. This is planned, yeah?
And what benefits do the migrants get here once they arrive to the United Kingdom?
They get everything. They get houses. They get 3 meals a day. They get money. When I say they get 3 meals a day, you have got English old age pensioners who can't afford to turn their heating on. These lot are staying in 4-star hotels. You've got English people who are dying, starving, all these different things, living in poverty. And you've got hotels full. I'd say now this country, it's 1,000 years of English history here, 1,000 years. And within 2 or 3 generations, they've absolutely destroyed this nation. And they're giving it away.
Wow. In the United States, we have migrants from all around the world, but mainly Central, South America. We get a few from Middle East. What countries are coming in to Europe?
So your migration, I always looked at your migration when people moan about Mexicans and think you have no idea here. When you get Middle Eastern, when you get Pakistani, when you get Syrian, when you get Somalian, you are going to have a shock, America, yeah? Because you think there's a problem from the Mexicans. You have no idea. The hostility, the rapes. You know the biggest problem in this country is they've literally, an invading army's coming to this country and raping their way through it. They're raping their way through it. Our daughters are being raped. 2.5% of this country is Muslim men, 2.5%. They're responsible for 90% of the convictions of groups of men that rape young children. And 30% of the men convicted are called Mohammed. Like, it doesn't work. And it's like mixing oil and water. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. Yeah, They're reliant on the state. They're not working. They're all on benefits. And these problems, as soon as you try and talk about these problems or highlight these problems, as an Englishman, or especially as a straight white male, they come down you like a ton of bricks. And the government, because these are all down to government failures in policy. Yeah, so they don't want you talking about the problems or addressing the problems and warning about the problems of what open border mass immigration brings, especially from Islamic nations.
Would you say people are scared to walk around these streets here with all the migrants that are coming in?
Yeah, there's no-go areas across this country where women would be scared. I'll tell you what, go dress a young girl up and walk her through the town. Go dress a young girl up, an attractive girl, and tell her to walk through the Muslim area. See what happens. See what happens. Well, they're our daughters and they're our towns, yeah? And you've imported these people in. And you've took away the safety of the thing that we hold most precious to us, our families, yeah? And then when we try and talk about it, you want to silence us down. So we've been made to feel ashamed of being British, and all cultures are equal, which they're not, yeah? We are a superior culture. We should celebrate it. Being born English is like winning the lottery of life, yeah? We're the best country in the world, the best nation in the world, and we want to celebrate it.
Do you think the presidents of all these countries are in on this together, and do you think Donald Trump is going to interrupt this establishment that they're trying to create?
I don't think they are. We know they are. We know they are. There's an agenda. Now, I think Donald Trump, the reason why they've just tried to him was because he's going to get in the way. He's going to get in the way of what they do. They want war. They want the war in Ukraine. They don't care that 500,000 Ukrainian men have been killed. They do not care. Yeah, it's money, it's profit. Okay, and I think that if Donald Trump gets elected, we'll have peace again. Certainly bring back peace.
Tomorrow is the rally. It's going to be the biggest rally that...
It's going to be the largest gathering of patriots that Britain's ever seen. And that is a historic date and a historic moment, because people don't come out in support or celebration of their country. They've been dumbed down and made not to feel not to. So we're going to send the establishment, who will be watching tomorrow, we're going to send them a very powerful message that we're not sitting by silently while you replace us. We're not sitting by silently while you keep the borders open, you destroy our security, our stability, and the future of our children's for our children.
What can we expect to see tomorrow at the rally?
Who knows, man?
And now, before we go to the biggest rally in the United Kingdom history, I need to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Tube Magic. I get a lot of messages from you guys watching these videos about how you guys could potentially start your own YouTube channel and how I do what I do, and Tube Magic is actually here to help you guys do it a lot easier and a lot faster than I did. And with the help of AI, Tube Magic does keyword research and allow you to sort by search volume, competition, and magic score, which automatically finds the best keywords for your videos. And Tube Magic will actually even help you guys generate video ideas for your videos. You can link any channel on YouTube into their program, and it'll come up with a list of unique video ideas for you to make. And on top of that, it'll even come up with a script and a script outline for you to make your video. It really does help you do it in a lot easier way. One of the features I really like with Tube Magic is you can copy an unlisted YouTube link into Tube Magic, and it will give you a good title, description, and optimized video tags for your video. And Tube Magic was made by YouTuber Matt Parr, who runs the channel Make Money Matt. He also runs 12 other YouTube channels, and he's been doing this since he was 14. Me and a bunch of other YouTubers are using this tool, and you guys can start your trial for completely free using the description down below. Check them out. And now let's go to the biggest rally in the United Kingdom history. The rally has now began here at Uniting the Kingdom, and now there are thousands, tens of thousands of people here. The time is here and now. How do you feel about all the migrants coming into Great Britain?
I'm not racist at all, yeah? I don't mind them coming into the country and stuff like that. What I do mind is they're coming from war-torn countries and stuff like that. They're causing significant criminal offences, and the police are letting them get away with it. That is what makes me sicken. My granddad would turn in his grave at the moment. At the end of the day, I don't mind people coming to the country. Britain is a great country. Come to Britain, but flourish. Don't exploit the system. Come here, be happy and everything. You don't have to exploit the system. Britain's a great country. Britain is broken.
How can Britain get fixed?
How can Britain get fixed? Get rid of our government. That's what it needs to do.
Do you think migrants are going to continue coming in until the...
Of course they are, because the government's going to keep allowing it until we have some sort of restrictions on our borders. And now we've got a Labour government, and unfortunately the Labour government has opened the borders even more than the Conservative Parliament. So unfortunately there is going to be more immigrants coming over, and I understand why they're leaving their countries, their war-torn countries, but it's all males. It's a bit weird, isn't it, how it's all males coming over, males on the boats. It's not women, it's not children, it's just males.
You guys have a rich history as far as World War I, World War II, and the veterans that fought for your guys' land, and now you guys are being somewhat replaced by a lot of these migrants. A lot of these migrants are coming in and people are saying they feel like they're being replaced, and the veterans that fought for you guys are on the streets while migrants get put up in hotels. How does that make you feel?
Obviously we're not happy about it. We've got nothing about migration. We're not against migration, we're about controlling our borders. If I was to go to another country I would be vetted, and if I'd been in trouble before or had any past history I wouldn't be allowed in. We're not about anti-immigration, we're about controlling the migration. And if we don't take control of the migration, we're going to be outnumbered in our own country. We will no longer be a Christian country, we'll be controlled by an Islamic movement. That's what is worrying and concerning. £29 million spent on illegal immigrants in the last 18 months, all aged between 20 and 30, fighting age, no women, no children, put up in 4 or 5-star hotels, but yet there's veterans on our street, homeless, on the street. It's all wrong. It needs to be put right. Government needs to be outed. If we have to issue Article 61 on common law, then so be it. We will do it. That's what's happening next if they don't listen. We will not comply
Do you
next
believe a
time.
civil war is on the rise?
A civil war is inevitable. It will happen if they don't listen. 100%. We're not messing about. Yeah, they need to listen. They need to wake up. The sheeple need to wake up because they're asleep.
You don't see them coming across with their families. It's all military-age fighting men that are coming across. There are no women and children. They are raping our girls in the street because it's legal from where they come from. But they're coming over here, they're attacking our girls, our wives, our girlfriends, our daughters on the streets. My partner, she's of mixed race, English and Jamaican. So she's half black, half white. I don't care what colour you are, what creed you are. You come to our country, you live by our rules, you follow our laws, and you integrate. They do not want to integrate. They want their own states. They want their own communities.
They're fascists.
It's not what it's about. They are fascists. They are the modern day fascists.
And then it's weird because a lot of people would try to label that Great Britain's are fascists for going against the migrants. However, it seems like the migrants.
They will try and put the British. They will try and put the British man down. But at the end of the day, if it weren't for the British man and the Americans when they joined, the rest of the world would be speaking German right now. If it weren't for the British man and the Americans joining in.
We've realised that through falling away from the church, we've actually lost our identity, and we've allowed other people to come in. There are more churches closing in the UK now at the moment than there are public houses.
And becoming mosques. Our churches are closing and becoming mosques.
So you guys are traditionally a Christian country, but now you guys are being almost flipped to a Muslim country.
Yes,
absolutely.
They want Sharia law.
Do you think diversity is killing the Western world?
Yes, absolutely it is.
There are literally over 50,000, potentially upwards of 100,000 people here at this rally because they are sick of what is happening here in the United Kingdom with the migrant crisis and other issues that are happening here inside the United Kingdom. How do you guys feel about all the migrants that have entered into the United Kingdom?
They need to turn around and go home.
Yeah.
Sorry,
there's
no.
not enough room at the inn. We need to get our own people sorted first, and then we can start opening the borders again. But
now,
until
our
then, we need
National
to shut
Health
our borders.
Service is crumbling because we are getting people coming over and using our health system. That's all they come over for, is to use the NHS, some of them, and to make their kid, us
We're
as
paying
parents.
taxes. Most people work 40 to 70 hour a week. It's terrible. We can't even afford to live.
We are a multicultural country. We need immigrants to come into our country, which is fair enough.
As long
immigrants
as they
that are going to come in and put into our society, and don't
Bring
try and
something to the
change the
table.
way that we live into the way where you was living that you've left to come over.
These lot are moving in. Something's happening here. Look.
Now we are here at a counter rally. It's called the Stop Racism Rally, and they are very against Tommy Robinson, but we're going to hear what they have to say about the migrant crisis here in the UK. Smash fascism and racism by any means necessary. What do you think about the migrant situation here in the United Kingdom?
Mine is quite simple, that migrants are welcome here. Migrants, it's not their fault that they have to leave countries which are subject to war, to famine, to devastation. Wars that are often, in fact, to do with the West. It is the West that often has been instrumental in those wars, if not actually causing them, at least fueling them.
Okay, what would you say to the people that say that the United Kingdom is being invaded?
I would say that's rubbish. I tell you what is an invasion. An invasion of our rights is from those people over in Trafalgar Square. That's an invasion. That's an invasion of an ideology of fascism which invades our country. There's the invasion for you.
So would you say that the people over there at that rally that we were just at are the part of the problem?
I would, absolutely. Whipping up racism, whipping up the idea of invasion.
Would you say the migrant situation is benefiting the country at all here?
I think migrants have always benefited the country.
Here you have a sign that says refugees welcome, open the borders, no deportations. Why do you stand for open borders and no deportations?
Because I think refugees should be welcome in this country. People should have a right to flee
countries where they're being oppressed and find somewhere safe to live.
What would you have to say to the people? You were just at the Tommy Robinson rally, and a lot of them are very, it sounded like they're kind of like they're not opposed to the migrants, but they feel like they're being invaded by what's going on, and they should not be coming over here to the United Kingdom.
What would I say to them?
Yeah.
I would say to try and have empathy and understanding.
So would you say it's more of a lack of empathy than anything when people complain about migrants coming into their countries?
I think it's a lack of empathy, a lack of understanding. I think it's fear, because there's a lot of fear-mongering done by our politicians and by our media.
The right and the far right are just exploiting the narrative and driving the narrative. It ain't a big issue here. The bigger issues are the cost of living crisis.
Would you say that with all the migrants coming in, the cost of living has risen because of rents, and it's harder to get rents?
Not because of the migrants, no chance.
Do you believe there is racism here in the United Kingdom?
Absolutely. You've only got to see the news. We all saw the police kick somebody in Manchester Airport when he was on the floor. Yeah, we've got institutional racism in this country, still.
And is that racism coming because of the influx of migrants that has arrived here in the United Kingdom, or where is the majority of this racism coming from?
I would put it down to people stirring up hatred to advance their own political aims. People like Tommy Robinson, who we've got in London at the minute as well.
What do you think about the migrant crisis here in the United Kingdom?
I don't think we've got a migrant crisis in the United Kingdom. We've got people coming here because they're desperate, because of the countries that we've exported war to, primarily Iraq. I don't think we're overwhelmed by migrants or anything like that at all. It's just a fantasy to direct hate at people.
I went back to Tommy Robinson's rally, and it seemed like all hell had broken loose after a man came to the rally with a Palestinian flag.
Peace corner! That is disgusting! That is shame on the fucking lot of you!
Your shirt says, support the country you live in, or live in the country you support.
If you're not going to integrate, don't try and dominate. You cannot have them both.
Don't come in if you're going to try to dominate.
Yes. We don't want immigrants coming in to try and dominate. You want immigrants that's coming in that's going to integrate.
So if these immigrants that are coming in aren't integrating, what are they doing?
They're setting up a subculture that eventually is going to overpower the natural historical culture that's been here for thousands of years.
You think the culture of the United Kingdom is changing?
100%, yeah, 100%. They're going to outbreed the nationalists in this country. They're having 4 or 5 children to our 1 or 2. So it's just going to be 2 or 3 generations you're going to have.
So in 50 years, this country could be an Islamic state.
It's going to be like Iran.
We have moved to the city of Luton. Luton is one of the most controversial, most interesting cities in all of the UK because it is known for being the most dangerous, diverse, and the roughest city in all of the UK. It's a home to lots and lots of migrants that have came here. A lot of people are saying the migrants aren't integrating well, and you can see different sides in different areas where there's groups of migrants that are from Africa, Pakistan, all different parts of the world. However, they feel like there's a lot of segregation and difference in the society here inside Luton. So we're gonna go in, talk to the people, and see how the migrant situation here has affected the city. And after walking around the town for nearly an hour, we finally met somebody that would speak to us. What is the town of Luton like?
This town is Luton. First of all, you guys coming from USA, so welcome in United Kingdom. Good to see you here.
Thank you.
So this is Luton. This is Luton, full of hospitality. Yeah, would you like water? Cold water? Please give me 2 cold water bottle, please. There are visitors on door.
We hear Luton is the most diverse town in all of the UK.
No, really, no. Who's saying to you? It's totally wrong. No. Please don't say that. No.
We've heard it's a great city and there's many different cultures here.
Oh yes, definitely. See, this is the other thing is most welcome every culture. Like me, I'm overseas. I'm not born here. Honestly, my kids is born here. They getting bigger. Maybe it's different. So many cultures here. So sometimes it happens, but it's not that. No.
How is the city of Luton?
The city is very beautiful, guys, but it's too dangerous. This is the problem. No work. Too many. There's too many, you know, it's crazy, man. It's very crazy, and you know, this is the problem.
What makes the city of Luton so dangerous?
It's very dangerous, my friend. You don't have work here, you don't have, you know, and the people, because you don't have work, you have bad situation, a lot of people, it's homeless, you know, it's looking for jobs, it's looking for something.
And when you refer to crackers, who are you referring to?
What crackers? Too many people, so it's smoking in the street, shit, you know, and for this, because it's smoking, that people is dangerous. For people who have family, who have kids, you know, it's dangerous, brother.
Okay, and what country are you from?
Me from Bangladesh, brother.
Would you say that with all the migrants that are coming here, it's made it a more dangerous city over the years?
Yeah.
Syrian, how long have you been in Luton for?
1 year.
What do you get in Luton? Is it free to live here?
Yeah.
How does it work inside the shelter? What do they give you inside the shelter?
Money.
Money? How much?
290.
Every month?
Yeah.
Okay, so they give the migrants here $290 per month, and with that, do you also get free rent? Free rent as well?
Yeah.
Do you like living here compared to Syria?
Yeah, of course.
And what's it like in Syria right now?
Nothing, just war in Syria.
So how did you get here? Did you come in boat?
Yeah, in the boat.
Scary?
Of course.
How long have you lived in Luton for?
Luton be like 1 year and a half.
And how did you get here?
I get by boat.
By boat?
Yeah, from France.
What kind of benefits do migrants get here in the United Kingdom once they come over on the boat?
Yeah, we can get safety and help each other. We can get college, you can do your job, finish it like for five years, give you a house, they give you everything, but it's not enough for us, you know what I'm saying? So.
And how long can a migrant stay in a hotel for?
I have no idea, but some of us, my friends, 2 years.
And just to show you guys how vast and wide and big of a crisis this is here inside Europe, and especially here in the UK, we are at Buckingham Palace, where the King and Queen of the royal family live. And just blocks away, migrants have set up their own encampment at a park. Literally within a few-minute walk from Buckingham Palace, a group of migrants from Romania had set up their own tent city. All right, so here inside the encampment, I already got told I should leave. Hello, how are you? How long you guys been living here for?
Long time.
Long time? Yeah. And where are you guys from? Romania. The lady then told me she would speak with me only if I would buy her food. So next thing I knew, I was following her to a restaurant nearby to buy her some food in order for her to talk to me. She then accepted me into her tent city. Is this all your family?
Yes, all together.
What made you guys set up your tents here in this park?
This park?
Yeah.
It's council, a clinic. Look, put the clinic. It's very good.
So it's your whole entire family that has taken over this entire park, and looks like there's about 15 or so tents here.
Yeah.
Has the city tried to kick you guys out?
Yeah.
And what happens?
I don't have any little money. Here is the job is good. This moment is not possible a job.
Well, now she's starting to laugh, but now we're just talking here. So now we're deep in here. There's a lot of tents here, and she's saying they're from a family from Romania. They've been here for a few years here inside the UK, but now because they've lost their jobs and they are not receiving any more benefits from the government, now they have moved out here to this tent city that they have created as a family, and there's a lot of them right here. And she doesn't speak English that well, and she was nice enough to let me come in here, and now I'm gonna leave because some other guys in here were getting pretty hostile, trying to kick me out, and I don't want to get in any fights because here in London they also have a knife stabbing crisis, so I'm gonna get out of here. What? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing, give this video a like, and I will be reading your comments down below. This is Nick, and I will see you in the next video.